Hello everybody, this is Pitch Skull Black here and welcome back to another 10th anniversary video, in which today I am going to be taking a look at the 7-disc DVD box set of Out of the Unknown by the BFI. Now, it's been quite a long time since I actually wrote the script to this particular video, and according to Google Docs, the last time I made an edit to this document was all the way back in November of 2021. I believe at one point either in that year or early the next year I had recorded this video, but I wasn't happy with the results. I bring this up because in the time in between me writing this video and its actual release for my 10th anniversary here, the box set itself has actually gone out of print and isn't available anymore by the BFI. Now, it's not exactly a difficult set to find. It does pop up on eBay, it's just expensive, but it is an absolutely fantastic box set and I do highly recommend it. So without further ado, let us begin this DVD overview and review video. We have BFI, all surviving episodes from the celebrated BBC science fiction anthology series Out of the Unknown, written by leading authors including John Wyndham, Isaac Asimov, J.G. Ballard, J.B. Priestley and Troy Kennedy Martin. I do apologise in advance if I get any name pronunciations wrong in this video. As seen on the BBC, 7-disc set and 15, with the fragmented limbo-like figure from the title sequence of the first 3 series kind of represented there. Very nice and simple cover. And then we have the spine, BFI, with the figure again there. Out of the Unknown 15 DVD video. So then here we have the back of this box set. We have Out of the Unknown, created by Irene Shubik, a synopsis on the box set and the series, a indexing of the special features, and then various bits and pieces about the set and its presentation down here, such as a mix of black and white and colour presentations, with the overall runtime being approximately 1,325 minutes. And then we have a rating of 15, contains scenes of suicide and attempted suicide, sexual violence and threats. And then we have a few pictures from the show here, one from series 1, I'm not 100% sure what episode that's from, then we have one from the little black bag, and then one from the man in my head. This classic anthology science fiction series, created by Irene Shubik, the Wednesday play, Rumpole of the Bailey, was daring, ambitious and inventive, drawing from writers of the calibre of Frederick Pohl, E.M. Forster, Isaac Asimov, Ray Bradbury and John Wyndham. The cream of British television talent was recruited to bring these tales to the small screen. Dramatists such as J.B. Priestley and Leon Griffiths, directors such as Philip Saville and Rudolph Cartier, visionary designers including Ridley Scott, yes, the Ridley Scott that went on to make Aliens and so many more classic science fiction movies, and actors of the calibre of Yvonne Mitchell, George Cole, Rachel Roberts and David Hemmings. The results were spectacular, a consistently demanding exploration of science fiction with some of the most memorable television productions ever staged. This 7-disc DVD box set collects all 20 surviving episodes from the 4 original series, along with an extensive and comprehensive collection of extra features including 4 episode reconstructions, an incomplete episode, audio commentaries, stills galleries, an interview with director James Selin Jones, and a newly created 42-minute documentary with original cast and crew members and rarely seen fragments from lost episodes. So as for the special features, we have all 20 surviving episodes from series 1 to 4, Return of the Unknown from 2014, 42 minutes, exclusive documentary featuring interviews with cast and crew as well as rare clips, 11 audio commentaries with cast and crew, including Philip Saville, John Glenister, Wendy Gifford, Peter Sasdy and John Gorey, moderated by actor-comedian Toby Hadouk, an interview with James Selin Jones from 2014 again when this set was put out, which runs to 16 minutes. Legendary TV director discusses his career and approach to filmmaking, episode reconstructions for Beachhead, The Naked Sun, The Yellow Pill and The Uninvited, a film insert from the Death Day episode, 7 extensive stills galleries, and a fully illustrated booklet with essays by Out of the Unknown expert Mark Ward and full episode credits, which, as I'll get into, the 3 main chapters that there are in the booklet are all actually named after Pink Floyd songs, which is quite an interesting little Easter egg. So then for the interior of this box set, we have the first disc here, with the second behind it, the third disc there, the 4th, 5th, 6th, and then the 7th disc at the back there. And then we have the back of the DVD slip itself with a complete indexing and list of what is contained on all 7 of the discs. And then we have a photographic montage from the show there. Looks absolutely fantastic. One thing I do want to know about this box set is that there are 2 versions to it, this being the most common from what I have seen, where it's just the case here with everything that I've showcased. But there was a earlier version of this box set, which is not as common, I believe, where it's basically the exact same as I've just showcased, but the case itself was one wraparound picture from the episode Beachhead, and it had a slipcover, which was the black exterior to the version that I have showcased here. So then alongside the box set we got this wonderful little booklet to accompany it. So for the cover of this we have BFI Out of the Unknown in yellow, background by a picture from the episode The Naked Sun, and then for the back of it we have There's more to discover about film and television through the BFI. Our world-renowned archive, cinemas, festivals, films, publications and learning resources are here to inspire you. So then for the interior of this booklet, so for chapter 1 we have Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun, Strange Tales from Out of the Unknown by Mark Ward. Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun is a song on the 2nd Pink Floyd album A Saucer Full of Secrets, which is actually one of my personal favourites. And then so accompanying the essays that are presented in this booklet we have various pictures from the show. As you can see it is very, very extensive. A Saucer Full of Secrets, Shubik, Science Fiction and the 60s. The picture there, Doctor Who fans may recognise this one. And then we've got more about the show there with a picture from Liar. Careful with that axe, Eugene. Sex, Drugs and Mind Swapping in 70s Suburbia by Mark Ward. Careful with that axe, Eugene was a single by Pink Floyd, but it was never released on one of their studio albums, I believe. And then we've got an episode guide for the show, starting with series 1. It doesn't include the missing episodes in this episode guide, it just contains the episodes that are presented in this box set. And moving on to series 3, and then we have series 4. It also states what episodes are reconstructed. There we are. And we have another picture from the show, this being from the series 3 episode 1 + 1 = 1.5. And we've got extra features list, which I will go through. There's another picture there. I believe this one is from the dead past of series 1. Another picture there, which I believe is from Welcome Home, possibly, I'm not too sure. More about the special features, and then about the presentations by Peter Crocker at the end there, with a picture from the little black bag, ending the booklet with acknowledgements there. So now I will be taking a look at the content of each DVD disc that there is in this box set. So on disc 1 we have No Place Like Earth, which has an optional audio commentary by Out of the Unknown expert Mark Ward and Dan Robelletto, whom is a John Wyndham expert who was the author for this particular episode. Also on this disc we have The Counterfeit Man, Stranger in the Family, and the Dead Past episodes, with the latter having a commentary by John Gorey, the director, and sound effects worker Brian Hodgson. This is all bookended by the first of 3 stills galleries of series 1, with the others being found on the second and third discs. The next DVD has the episodes Time in Advance, Come Buttercup Come Daisy Come, and Sucker Bait. The first of these has a commentary by the director Peter Sadie, the actors of the characters Dan and Polly being Michael Danvers Walker and Wendy Gifford, and Philip Voss, who is a police officer in the episode. The latter also has a commentary with Clive Endersby, who played Mark, and Roger Croucher, who played Fawkes. For the third, this has the last stuff to do with series 1, being the episodes Some Lapse of Time, 13 to Centaurus, and the Midas Plague. The former has an optional audio commentary with Roger Jenkins, the director, John Glenister, production assistant, and the actors Jane Downs and Delina Kidd, who played Diana Harrow and Dr. Laura Denville. The Midas Plague also has a commentary by director Peter Sadie. We then have the fourth disc that contains the only 4 existing episodes of Series 2, The Machine Stops, Lambda 1, Level 7, and Tunnel Under the World. The first of which has an audio commentary by the adapter Kenneth Cavender, the director Philip Seville, and Michael Emerson, who is the script editor, with Level 7 having one by script editor Michael Emerson and Mordecai Rochwald, who wrote the original novella that the episode is based on. This DVD also has a stills gallery for Series 2. So as you can see, the first 4 discs of this box set follow quite a routine formula in terms of what they have. However, by the time we get to the last 3 discs, things get a little more elaborate, particularly with disc 5. For the first feature on this chapter of the set, we have The Last Lonely Man, which is the only episode of Series 3 to survive in its original form wholly. We then have the first of 4 episode reconstructions of the release with Beachhead. This and the other 3 utilise off-air audio recordings of the episodes made by fans during transmission. With this one and the upcoming The Yellow Pill, still images and CGI are used to recreate the episodes. The Naked Sun is the third instalment of this part and is another episode reconstruction. For this one, however, the audio recording that does exist is missing approximately 4.5 minutes from the start of the episode, unfortunately. So in this case, they've used existing still images for the represented parts of the episode and intertitles to cover the gaps that are missing. For the last in terms of episodes on disc 5, we have The Little Black Bag. This is an incomplete episode where only the last about 28 minutes of the original 50 exist. To represent this footage, they've basically utilised what we have to create a mini episode, which uses the footage from the episode, the existing Series 3 titles, and an audio fragment to reconstruct the very end of the episode. Ending this chapter, we have an interview with television director James Sellen Jones, who directed Beachhead and a stills gallery for Series 3. The penultimate episode of Series 3, The Yellow Pill, opens up Disc 6, which is then followed by 3 of the existing episodes of Series 4, Talaya Ghost, This Body Is Mine, and Death Day. The first of 2 stills galleries of Series 4 and a film insert for Death Day are also included. The 7th disc wraps up the box set with the presentations of Welcome Home, The Man in My Head, and The Uninvited episodes. The last of these is another episode reconstruction, with the other 2 being existing installments. However, for this particular lost episode presentation, they sadly did not have enough images from the original installment to create a photographic or telesnap reconstruction like you would see with Doctor Who episodes or the previously represented missing episodes with reconstructions in this box set. So because of this, they took the existing soundtrack and synchronized it with a scan of an existent camera script in order to present the episode. Return of the Unknown is a 45-minute documentary that takes a look at the making of this show, featuring interviews from cast and crew members, with this being what closes off the box set in terms of disc contents. Snippets from otherwise lost episodes are included in this feature as well, with these clips being from The Fox and the Forest, Andover and the Android, Satisfaction Guaranteed, Liar, and Random Quest. And as a couple side notes to these fragments, the last 2 are from Series 3, but are retained in the archives as black and white clips. However, they underwent a colour restoration process for this feature, and the first 2 are just original title sequences that so happen to survive. Overall, Out of the Unknown is simply one of my favourite TV shows, and it is a shame that a lot of it is missing, with over 50% of the run gone. But what we have and is presented thanks to this box set allows us to have an insight into something that was truly special. One can only speculate as to what gems we are missing out on in terms of the installments we don't have. Personally, my mouth waters at the idea of being able to see anything lost from this show again, particularly Series 3 and Series 4 and, well, Series 2 as well. If you're a fan of science fiction that is very thematic and intellectual, then this show is highly recommended from myself personally. Not to mention that it has very effective installments of fantasy and supernatural horror at the tail end of this set. It would be difficult to put together a top 10 list of my personal favourite episodes of the show, as all of them are worth checking out in some way or another, with the vast majority being great. To pick some highlights from within this time capsule of a release: The Dead Past, 13 to Centaurus, The Machine Stops, Level 7, The Little Black Bag, Talaya Ghost, and The Man in My Head are among my top rated episodes. Not to mention that the documentary included at the end is incredible. But I would also say that an entire watch through of this box set is worth it, despite a couple minor dips here and there in terms of quality episodes, with there being a couple ones that I would just say are a bit average. If I was to give any criticisms towards the box set, I would have 2. There are several small audio fragments and brief clips of otherwise lost episodes that are known to exist. I would have felt would have made for a great 8th disc of bonus content. I'm unsure of how many of these types of things exist of the show total, but there are quite a few, and sadly this box set really doesn't do much with them and doesn't use many. The version of the box set that I bought unfortunately came in a stacked DVD case. As physical media collectors would know, DVD discs can be scratched pretty easily. Because of this, I ended up forking out about another £5 just to get a good case for the disc storage on top of the roughly £40 that I spent to buy the box set in the first place. Despite the potential issue with the packaging and how expensive it could be, this is still a highly recommended set from me. It is the best way of experiencing this missing television classic of science fiction, fantasy and horror.